Hi there! I'm Mike MacArthur, librarian at the Oshkosh Public Library, and welcome to another edition of Librarian Learns. This is the series where I take a look at some local Oshkosh history that either I've wondered about myself or someone has asked me about. Again, if you like these videos, want to see more of them, hit like, hit subscribe, share on Facebook, all that stuff. And with that, let's get started. So today, we're going to talk about some legacy Oshkosh brands that have maintained throughout the years, even if their connections to the city have not. Prior to moving to Oshkosh in 2012, I was not totally familiar with the city, but I knew the name Oshkosh. Oshkosh B'Gosh. When I found out I was moving to Oshkosh, the first word out of my mouth was literally B'Gosh. The company that would become Oshkosh B'Gosh was founded in 1895, and over its first 55 years of business, built a solid reputation for workmen's clothes, specifically those pinstripe bib overalls. But it really wasn't until Oshkosh B'Gosh got into children's clothes that they became a household name all over the globe. To give you an idea how much the children's clothing took over that brand, in 1979 it constituted only about 15% of their business, but by 1993 children's clothing constituted nearly 95% of their business. So if you were a kid between the years of 1975 and 2000, I'm pretty sure you were issued a pair of Oshkosh B'Gosh overalls. The company struggled throughout the late 90s and early 2000s, eventually ended up closing all manufacturing in Oshkosh in 1997. And finally, the brand was purchased by Carter's in 2007. But the brand still lives on. I found this issue of Glamour magazine talking about the great things about, all the great things there are about being American. And guess what was number one? Buckstaff. Buckstaff operated in Oshkosh for nearly 161 years. Most people would definitely remember their massive factory that existed on South Main Street for over 100 years. Buckstaff employees were incredibly proud of the quality of the products that they produced. The average Buckstaff chair was stress tested so that a 200-pound man could sit down in it and get up 100,000 times. The company closed down for good in 2011. The site of their old factory on South Main was raised in 2017 to make way for the Menominee Nation Arena, which stands today. And sadly, with it went one of the last vestiges of Oshkosh as the Sawdust City. But hey, it's not totally gone. It's popped up in some different and frankly some surprising places. So the most obvious is the Buckstaff brand, and many of their designs were purchased by Moss Designs. So you could still purchase a Buckstaff chair. But the weird one that I came across that I found fascinating was in 2017, as the factory is being demolished, Fender Guitars sent some guys out to reclaim some of the wood that was left over at the Buckstaff factory. This wood was made into a series of guitars. And if you know anything about guitars, it's all about the wood. Hey, so the quality kind lives on in guitar form. Oshkosh Trunk. Last brand I'm going to talk about is Oshkosh Trunk. This company was founded in 1902. At its height in the 1930s and 40s, they had shops and dealers all over the world, New York, Paris. This brand was synonymous with luxury and leisure and travel. Their factory on High Street ran 24 hours a day and pumped out nearly 2,000 different kinds of luggage. In the late 50s, there was kind of a perfect storm for the company between labor issues, the rise of air travel, and the rise of automobiles. It really killed the need for large luxury trunks. Can you imagine someone wheeling a trunk like this around an international airport these days? Yeah. The factory was closed in 1961 and the land was purchased by the university. 1963, the building was razed and now Sage Hall stands in its place. In 2014, the brand and style was resurrected in a line of luxury bags. And although, trunks weren't part of the catalog, once again, that iconic yellow and red stripe signified leisure, luxury, and travel. So hey, I learned something. So if I missed your favorite brand, and of course I did, I only talked about 3, let me know in the comments or contact me at the library using the links in the description. And with that, I'll see you next time.